Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Bitcoin update. We've actually got the most important position, in my opinion, that Bitcoin has seen in many, many months, maybe even throughout the entirety of 2023, right? And I know people hear that all the time on YouTube. I know I've probably said that myself maybe 2 or 3 times this year already, but I actually think it's probably true, right? We've broken out of a descending resistance line and we're clamped right between the bull market support band and that descending resistance line in about a 200 to 300 USD price range. Very, very close, very, very tight price range, and Bitcoin needs to be making a decision. Will it drop back down that resistance line and go back down to 24.5K, or will it break above the bull market support band and head into bullish territory and head towards 32K for a retest? If it does that, we're very likely to break 32K. So Bitcoin right now is basically 1,000 USD away from becoming very, very bullish, and hopefully it can do that. We've got the weekly candle close at 24 hours. We've had the monthly candle close. We had red September, the trend red September, be debunked with a green September, and now we've entered UpTober, as people are calling it, which is green October monthly chart trend. So hopefully we can see some good returns this month, but we'll have to wait and see. And we've got a lot to look at in the charts today. I'm not going to hold you any longer in the introduction. Guys, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay guys, so the charts we're going to be looking at today and the topics we're going to be discussing today are going to be the Bitcoin daily chart. We've seen a breakout from this downtrending line and we're clamped in a very interesting position as mentioned in the introduction. We're going to be spending a bit of time looking at that, looking at the importance of that level and why I'm very I'm really paying close attention to Bitcoin right now. I'm looking at Bitcoin range bound chart as well to give context. We'll do that first up. Dive into shorter term with 4-hourly chart and further assessing that move upwards. We'll look at Bitcoin dominance bouncing from support. We'll look at the Bitcoin weekly chart, 24 hours away from a very, very important decision, which actually could change the game entirely for Bitcoin. We're going to look also briefly at gold. We're going to skim through these charts. Gold, S&P 500, the DXY, and we'll probably look at the monthly chart at some point as well, which has seen a monthly candle close. It is now the 1st of October. And with the monthly chart, we'll look at the monthly returns on Bitcoin, seeing a green September, which is actually very, very rare. And we're heading into a green October now. So we'll see what happens there, guys. Lots to look into today. Before we look into any of it, I want you to go ahead and check out the VIP group on Telegram. As you can see in the VIP group chat here on the screen right now, we have a VIP group chat where it's 24 hours a day. It's active. People post messages in there about, coins, about trades, whatever it may be. You can check out the VIP information and results group on Telegram for free. In this group, you'll have access to basically the pricing, an explanation of what the group is, and also the trading results. Go ahead and check all that out on Telegram. I highly recommend you get into that group. It's definitely going to be very, very useful during the bull market, but it's also useful right now. We're seeing some very good trading results for 79% win rate. So go ahead and check that out. Guys, without further ado, let's dive into the content. All right, you have to excuse me if I'm sounding a little bit off today. I pretty much didn't sleep very well. I have a little bit of a weird throat right now, but I'll try my best to get the information out to the best of my ability. All right, so weekly chart. What's going on? We have, of course, the 3 ranges. Now, these ranges, you can see they're color-coded here in green, orange, and red, and they all represent different price ranges on Bitcoin. We have the one lowest down here representing the bottoming out range, which is between 18K and 15K. We have the orange one here representing where we spent the majority of the bear market, which is between around 24.5K and around 18K. Now, 24.5K being the top of this orange range is also the bottom of this green range, and hence it's our lifeline. It's where we're holding for support right now, and obviously if we lose 24.5K, what do? Well, we go back into the previous range, and if we do that, we're forming some sort of double top formation. It's not looking good for Bitcoin. So we want to avoid doing that. It wouldn't be the end of the world if we did from a cyclical level, but it would certainly be a massive setback. So ideally, Bitcoin avoids going back below 24.5K. Ideally, we don't see a weekly candle close below that level. Ideally, what we actually do is we come upwards and we break 32K. 32K, breaking that would actually put us back in pretty bullish territory, because if you look at where 32K is, you look where the top of that green box is, above that green box is where all of the bull market occurred. Now, this is what everyone knows by now. I mean, I've discussed it probably 20 times at this point in this entire range over the last 6 months, but that's basically very important. We have to get above 32K, and you can see how important it is just reflected very simply by the volume profile. The volume profile is showing a huge spike in historical trading volume just above 32k and almost nothing below it. This is where the majority of the price action has occurred. The majority of the historical volume has occurred in these key crucial regions. 32, 33k, up here at 48k, up here at 56k. Those are really the critical resistance levels, and they get progressively less and less less and less major. So ideally, if we take this one, we can topple the others quite easily. That just shows you the importance of 32k. So it's a really, really important upside level, and we've made some progress. We've made some attacks because, yeah, we're all the way down here at 26k. But what I really want to talk about today, and this is what's happened very recently, is some major moves, right? So it might not seem like it because the prices remained relatively similar, but Bitcoin has actually bounced off the RSI. Okay, RSI support has been bounced off of. We've done that very well. We haven't formed a bearish divergence, which is good. So the move is not necessarily weak yet. And we've actually gone ahead. And if you remove all of the lines on the screen and very simply analyze Bitcoin at a very simple level right now, you can see we've gone ahead and broken above, okay, this yellow line on the price chart, something like that. That is a descending line back here from July 13th, okay, that was clamping Bitcoin downwards against major support at 24.5k for the last basically 2 months, 3 months almost, and we've broken above it. So let's go ahead and bring up our full chart and see where we are. We've broken above it, and look what we're acting for resistance right now. So we've broken above that line. We're technically in a breakout. As you can see on the daily chart, we've managed to come down. We've seen a resistance support flip, but we haven't seen massive upwards momentum. Why have we not seen upwards momentum, even though this breakout has been very clear, and even though the support, as you can see by this resistance support flip, the support is very much there. So why haven't we seen a breakout upwards? Why haven't we seen a move upwards, right, from that breakout? Because it clearly is a valid breakout. The reason is because we've got the bull market support band right here clamping us downwards. So right now, if you look at short term, you can see this especially true. Basically, excuse me, Bitcoin is in a very, very tight range. It's in a very, very meticulous position. It's literally clamped in a very small price region, okay, between the bull market support band and its yellow support line. It's in a price region of basically like 300 to 400 USD. On top of that, we've also got horizontal pre-existing resistance at around the 27.2k level, clamping Bitcoin down further. Right now, we have a descending line. As you can see, a yellow descending line in the 4-hourly chart. Just zoom in and see this line here. That is clamping Bitcoin down even further against the support, which forms something, resembling some sort of descending wedge formation. The point is, yes, Bitcoin has broken out. The point is, yes, Bitcoin has made a step in the right direction, but it's by no means out of danger yet, because it hasn't broken the bull market support band. And what have we said over and over again on this YouTube channel? Well, if you haven't watched this YouTube channel, you wouldn't know. But for those of you who've been tuning in to me speak at any level, at any capacity for the past basically 2 months, I've been saying very, very clearly over and over again, Bitcoin, if it wants to go upwards, it has to break the bull market support band. This is a band that we hold for support on moves upwards. We hold for resistance on move downwards. If we look back historically, what is this bull market support band? Let's go take a look, right? Let's check out, for example, 2017 bull market. The entire way upwards, and I mean the entire way upwards, right, with no exceptions, we held this bull market support band. It was only when we lost it for the first time that the bear market came around, and during the bear market, we held it the entire way downwards as well. This is a very, very, very important indicator. Even during 2020, 2021, we were above the bull market support band for the vast, vast majority of the upwards move. When we dropped below it, we saw the biggest crash that Bitcoin has ever seen on a dollar value level in the shortest period of time. That's just another example. And right now, what we've seen is holding the bull market support band for the entire move upwards, basically. We bounced off it over here, but we've lost it now, and we've seen a couple of resistance support flips from a downside, indicating very, very, weak price action for Bitcoin, but also at the same time, Bitcoin's been holding that support very strongly just because of the major, I guess you could say tolerance of support in that level, which is stemming from things like Gaussian channel center line, which a lot of you would know about by now. Very, very important indicator. Flawless indicator, and we're holding that for support right now as well. That's kind of supporting the 24.5k level. The point I'm trying to make is this. I don't need to get into all the nitty gritty because I've done it so many times, it's just getting repetitive at this point. All I need to say is this, okay? We have major support at 24.5k. We have major resistance at this bull market support band. The next major resistance above this bull market support band is 32k. If we break the bull market support band, it becomes very unlikely that we're going to break below it once again and test this level once again for a triple bottom. That just doesn't really happen in the market. So basically what I'm saying is this. If we break the bull market support band, we close a weekly candle above it, it's very likely we break above 32k, which means it's very likely we break above this green range, which means it's very likely we get back in the bullish market territory, which means it's very likely that Bitcoin can see some dramatic upside returns. Okay, so essentially, this level we're in right now, this meticulous location between this yellow support line and the bull market support band, this 300 USD level, is actually probably one of the most important levels that Bitcoin has been in a very, very long time. I would say probably throughout the entirety of 2023. All right, so that just gives you an idea of how major this is. Now, what's interesting is this: we have the weekly candle close on Bitcoin in 22 hours, and we're right below bull market support band. If Bitcoin can see one more final move up, if Bitcoin can get above 28K, or even if we can just get above 27.1K and just close within the bull market support band at the very least, okay, that would be a good move for Bitcoin, because it'd be progress. We really need to see something occur here on this weekly candle close in 24 hours. We have to see it happen. So I'm hoping, I've got my fingers crossed, the Bitcoin can make a move in the next 22 hours, move above this yellow line, break into something like this, even into the bull market support band. Doesn't even need to be above it. We just can't, it wouldn't be ideal for Bitcoin to see another rejection from it, another resistance support flip. Every single time we test it and don't get above it is just more and more weakness for Bitcoin. We really want to see something happen in this next 24 hours. And so again, I would say it very clearly. I think that Bitcoin is one of the most important positions right now that it's ever been throughout the entirety of 2023. So very important price action. And yeah, that's about it. That's all we'll look at from that perspective. I will say there are some good indicators. Bitcoin dominance is on support, and generally speaking, Bitcoin dominance breaking upwards leads to moves upwards for Bitcoin. We've highlighted this before on many occasions. For example, we broke out of this triangle here on January 13th. We broke out of this channel here on March 13th. If you look at when those moves occurred for Bitcoin, we're looking at, breakout to the upside. As you can see, when did it happen? Well, it happened on January 13th, happened on March 13th, and we could go through and see another one over here. June 10th, we broke upwards on Bitcoin dominance on the Bitcoin chart. June 10th was around the start of this move over here. So every time we break upwards on Bitcoin dominance, we break upwards on the Bitcoin chart, and that's occurred once more, actually, because we saw a channel break on the 13th of September. That's when we bounced off support from 24.5K. We're up at 26K now. And as of right now, Bitcoin dominance is on support as well from its own bull market support band. So hopefully we can hold that. We do also have a head and shoulders pattern formation complicating it a little bit, but fact of the matter is we do have some bullish indicators forming. It's just, again, one of those situations. I sound like a broken record. But it's one of those situations we can't really be bullish or bearish on. It's a neutral situation. The fact that the market has moved sideways for so long reflects its neutralness. And I want to highlight that point. And I've highlighted this point a few times. Apologies for people who've heard it before. If the market was bullish or bearish right now, if there was a convincing bullish or bearish argument to be made, the market wouldn't be moving sideways for 9 months. Okay? It's as simple as that. All right, if the market was bullish, it wouldn't be moving sideways for 7 months or however long it's been, right? It would be going upwards. If the market was bearish, it wouldn't be moving sideways for 7 months. It'd be going downwards. The fact of the matter is, the market is actually neutral right now, but this location we're in right now is kind of a very meticulous location. It's a very important location, and it could actually flip the market bullish. All we need to do is get above 28K, and the market looks very bullish once more. Okay, simple as that. So we've got our work cut out for us for Bitcoin. And we're holding up quite well. The majorness of the situation for Bitcoin is defying the odds of other charts. For example, gold has seen the biggest drop it's seen in a very short period of time, for a very long period of time.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's a little news flash for you. You trust exchanges with your money. They get hacked all the time. They lose funds all the time. So the exchange you're using, you're actually trusting with your money. You're also paying them fees for trades. You're paying up to thousands, tens of thousands of dollars per year in fees. So you want to have a bloody good exchange, right? And that's why I have 2 exchanges for you guys, 2 options depending on your location, depending on what you want from exchange. The first one is Bitget. That is a KYC exchange. You can sign up from anywhere in the world, excluding the United States, excluding Canada, and excluding Singapore. Very low fees, protection fund, the whole 9 yards. We've also got BingX. That's our second exchange, and that is an exchange you can sign up non-KYC from anywhere in the world, including every country, right? With a VPN from anywhere in the world. Again, very low fees, protection fund, everything you need in an exchange. Both of these exchanges are top 10 exchanges in trading volume. Sign up, use my referral link below to get a 15% trading fee discount on both of the exchanges. Again, they'll both be in the description. Referral link is there. Get on a good exchange and become a proper trader. Don't use these trashy exchanges that you're risking your money and paying over in fees. Guys, let's get back into the video.
It's crashing, and Bitcoin's meant to be correlated to gold, right? And the fact that gold is crashing massively and Bitcoin's holding upwards means that the Bitcoin traders are focused on the Bitcoin chart right now. They're unfazed. They understand the importance of this level, and so they're unfazed by other charts. Same with S&P 500. It's seen a massive drop. Bitcoin's holding its ground quite nicely. DXY is the same story. It's been pumping. Bitcoin's holding its ground quite nicely. You know, people who are trading Bitcoin right now, people who are looking at Bitcoin right now, they understand the importance of this situation, and they're not willing to let other charts get in the way. It's really as simple as that, and that's been present throughout the entirety of this range for the last 7 months, because you know, there's been narratives for Bitcoin. There's been the ETF narrative that has forced people to hold more than they trade. We've seen long-term holder supply increase to the most, you know, the highest levels we've seen ever on Bitcoin, all-time highs in long-term holder supply. People are doing that because they're not willing to trade right now. They understand that something could change at the turn of a head. They understand that an ETF decision could be made any second, and so they're not willing to throw around their Bitcoin like they would in a bull market. They're holding tight. They're holding steady. And when the narratives are complete, when the narratives come to a conclusion, that's when they'll start selling and buying massively. So that explains the low volatility for Bitcoin right now. You know, in fact, you can just see on this chart I just brought up on the screen, we've seen 3-month volatility reach levels that we haven't seen since 2019. So we're at the lowest volatility we've seen in 4 years for Bitcoin, actually more than 4 years. So basically, you can really understand why that's happening. It's not just random. First and foremost, we're in the middle of the cycle, so it's not really a very important time of the cycle. People aren't really looking at Bitcoin right now, really. I mean, traders are, and people who are interested in crypto are, but the vast majority of retail, like all the people on the street, they don't care about Bitcoin right now. It's only people who already know about Bitcoin caring about it. So of course volatility is going to drop. We've also got all these bullish narratives forming. And in wake of that, the price action's been neutral. People aren't sure what to do. And so it makes sense that the volatility is being progressively dropping on Bitcoin massively. So yeah, low volatility, we know why that's happening, but we're coming to a pinpoint decision now. Major decisions on the way. We've seen monthly candle close. I want to talk about that as well. Monthly candle close was kind of irrelevant in a weird way. It wasn't good, it wasn't bad. The fact that we saw a pretty bearish monthly candle rejection from this red line here, and a very strong red monthly candle last month, actually, it's quite good to see anything green. We saw a green monthly candle. We bounced off the 50-month EMA. So really, not really any unique things happening on the monthly chart. Perhaps next month we'll see something big. We want to get back above that red line. That would be great. But nothing unique there on the monthly. As for the monthly returns chart on Bitcoin, that has been pretty interesting, as we saw a green September. And as you guys know, everyone probably knows this by now, red September, the whole thing, red September, Septembers are generally red. We generally see negative price action in September. It's a very big thing in crypto. Before last month, we saw 8 out of 10 historical Septembers being red, and we hadn't seen a green September in 7 years. The fact that we saw a green September there is very reassuring that the monthly chart, not the monthly chart, but the monthly returns trends aren't necessarily going to be a defining quality for Bitcoin. We can defy the odds. And the fact that we have defied the odds really speaks to how strong some of those narratives are right now for Bitcoin, and really speaks to how strong some of those holders are and some of that low volatility is. We do have a green October trend. We've seen 8 out of the last 10 Octobers be green. And the reddest October we've ever seen is 12%, which is not much. And before that, it was 3%. So that's actually nothing. And on average, if we see green Octobers, we generally see at least 20% returns. So, or an average of 20% returns. So October's actually looking good. If we're going to take monthly chart returns trends seriously, which I actually don't take them too seriously at all, I think they're relatively random, then October should be a good month. So that's reassuring as well. But it's interesting to see the first green September in 7 years. That really speaks to how strong the fundamental arguments are for Bitcoin right now, and how strong the holders are, and how people are really, fighting to defend that 24.5k level, which is probably supported by the narratives. If we were in a usual time for the market right now, there was none of these ETF narratives and all this stuff, we probably would have lost this level by now. So it's great to see Bitcoin hold its ground in wake of those narratives. So guys, I think I'll end the video there. Covered a broad variety of things in this video. Maybe it was too broad, who knows. I mean, the main points are quite clear. Bitcoin's in a clamped position. It's broken out of a yellow line, but it hasn't seen a breakout fully because it's getting clamped down by bull market support band. The weekly candle's in 24 hours. We want to be seeing a bullish weekly candle close, and that's kind of a topic we're seeing. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Check out the Crypto Academy. This is a 10-unit Become a Trader course. That's what it's called, Become a Trader. And of course, as per the title, if you do this course, you will become a trader, or you have the knowledge to become a trader. So, check it out. The bio's in the website. You can read all the paragraphs about the course. You can read the unit topics. There's 10 units. They all cover different concepts, all cover different, topics like market patterns, indicators, candlestick patterns, market psychology, how to find trades, basically everything you need, or at least like 95% of the things you need to become a proficient trader in the cryptocurrency market. So go ahead and check out the website. The email address is there for contact reasons. And guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one tomorrow. Cheers.